All right, guys, welcome into another Schmolke Investment Team LSU football practice report. Right off the bat, we had Brian Kelly. We're recording this after practice and Brian Kelly. We were not allowed to shoot any video or photos at practice today, but we got to see a good bit today. And right off the bat, I think one of the first or second questions was about Denver Harris. And Kelly says he's handling some personal matters. And if all goes well, he'll be back with the team on Saturday. So I think some of that for now is put to bed, and hopefully it's just something simple and not all the conspiracies that are out there. But I think that addressed it and it nipped that in the bud, at least for now. What's happening, buddy?
Happy hump day, folks. A little cayenne pepper on our report on Monday. Today, kind of laid back. Mike and I were talking about this is the way it used to be out at LSU.
We're a cold front.
Yeah, look, even Brian Kelly mentioned it. But look, it has been inordinately hot for these players. Asked Coach Kelly about the scrimmage on Saturday, 60 to 70 plays. I think this is when you start to see depth charts form. He also addressed special teams. We got a lot to tell you. But once again, Tigers look pretty good. Still a lot of guys riding the bicycle. Josh Williams, Logan Diggs, and Armani Goodwin have not been full go as of lately. Mason Lunsford was on the bike today. And, of course, good news, Mason Smith, big number 0 back out there. But he was asked about that, and people got to understand, you're going to give him a little time because he's got some rust. He hadn't played in over a year, but guys are coming back. Guys are all forming, and a nice combination, Mike, of returning guys and the transfer portal, once again, especially on that defense. We'll get into some of the particulars.
If you're enjoying this practice report, please hit that like button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. You mentioned special teams. You asked Brian Kelly about special teams and punt returner, kick returner. It all points to Aaron Anderson being your starting punt returner. And he also mentioned the fact that he's back there on kick returns. Dybert and Ramos are going to be sharing duties on kickoffs. And I like everything that we've seen so far in practice on punt returns. And Brian Kelly was really enthused, it seemed like, about what he saw on kickoff yesterday. Return team and kickoff team. Still a big gap, I think, between what you see on the punts and consistency with Jay Bramlett and Peyton Todd. Quarterbacks, I think, today, moving to the offensive side of the ball, I think Jaden Daniels looked very good. Buddy stirred the pot a little bit on Monday, got people a little riled up. But that's good. I think today the receivers, Neighbors, looking unbelievable. Continue to see Chris Hilton every practice do more and more. That's very much a positive. And Aaron Anderson, again, I bring him up every time I act like I'm the member of the founding member of the Aaron Anderson fan club. But he's obviously a big part of the receiving corps as well, doing a lot more. And you know, he's going to be in that mix. You know, who's the third guy? Who's the fourth guy? I think he's planting the flag. His all-purpose yards, I think, are going to be through the roof.
Hey, let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of people overreact. And listen, when we come out here, we see things and we report things. Now, just because he was hesitant on a drill and not going through these progressions of reads, Wilson Alexander did a great job with you on the practice report. He said, look, these are just drills. So for everybody overreact and talking about this and that, relax. This is fall drills. You're trying to get Brian Kelly, oh, by the way, just said offense is not a fine-tuned, well-oiled machine at this point. That's what I was trying to bring up, Mike. Everybody has got to go through their improvements from year 1 to 2. Let's be honest, LSU's 5 in both polls. People are expecting them to beat Florida State right out of the gate. I got 5 things for Jaden Daniels. I'll run it by you, and you tell me if you check the mark with Jaden Daniels. Number 1, he's got to be a leader. I think this football team is here, and I think he's done a great job with leadership.
Yeah, you know, when Brian Kelly says it's not a well-oiled machine, I still say, you know, all the 10-win seasons he had at Notre Dame and a lot of good talent at Notre Dame, and of course Denbrock with him for a good many of those years, and Denbrock OCing some good Cincinnati teams. Neither one of them have had the talent across the board on the offense side of the ball they have now. But a well-oiled machine, you know, when he says it's good to have returning quarterbacks with experience, and then when you start talking about, you know, the running back room, and he said today that experience is going to lead the way there. And, you know. But look, man, we're seeing Trey Holly getting used a lot, and he had a nice pass about 15, 20 yards upfield today. But back to it, they have got to be just giddy knowing the possibilities with the offense, whether it's stuff they've always wanted to do, stuff that they didn't do last year because they didn't think they had the personnel for whatever it might be. I think they've got a full smorgasbord of things that they can do with the personnel they've got on offense.
Number 2 for Jaden Daniels, you got to protect the football. Ball security. Threw for 17 touchdowns, had 3 INTs, caught a touchdown, ran for 11, 29 total touchdowns, second most yardage ever other than Joe Burrow. And yet, as we know, he protects the football. Thus, I think we all agree, probably got to work on not throwing INTs, but Jaden Daniels, once again, does do a great job of protecting the football. Third, Mike, get the ball to your playmakers in space. And I think what Ben Brock is going to do is have a lot of the dink and dunk with Neighbors, with Aaron Anderson, Brian Thomas Jr., Kyron Lacey, all those receivers. Number 4, obviously, when you start talking about JD, is being able to read. LSU won 2 games last year with 85 and 86 yards passing. This is what I was trying to point out on Monday. He has got to get back and process a little bit quicker. I think he will do that. I think Ben Brock will help him. And then, of course, as we know, when he takes off, there's no faster quarterback. I would say him and Jalen Milroe are by far the 2 fastest running quarterbacks in the conference. But Jaden Daniels in this offense, what I was trying to tell people is that this is still a work in progress. We're going to see 60 to 70 plays. And how about this other tidbit? He did say they're putting more on the quarterback. They're going to be able to come into the line of scrimmage and tweak and audibilize and get them out of bad plays, more responsibility on those quarterbacks. I think they're ready for the challenge. But look, none of us are going to know how it plays out until the night of September 3rd.
Being overwhelmed by all the social media in today's world, it's so difficult to know what the facts are. That's where the Schmolke investment team comes in. They will help you manage your money and make the decisions best suited for you and your family. When you invest your money with the Schmolke investment team, you get over 40 years of investment experience. Let Brian and Bart Schmolke help you pursue the future that you want. Give them a call, 318-448-3201, 318-448-3201, right there on Versailles Boulevard in Alexandria. Securities and advisory service offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor member, FINRA/SIPC. Nobody better. Known Bart and Brian for 20 years. Great family, very knowledgeable. Feel secure in investing your money with the Schmolke investment team.
You'll see what Coach Kelly was asked and how he answered, but also questions about the secondary. I think everybody in the media, every Tiger fan is anxiously waiting to see how the secondary will hold up. Johnny Wilson mentioned this. He's a 6'7" guy that can flat out run. Do you play him and bump and get physical with him? We know that because of Omar Spates, Harold Perkins, and all those rushers from the edge, Matt House is going to have plenty to work with. But he talked about experience. Sage Ryan is playing some corner, is playing some safety. Obviously, Deuce Chestnut, I think, has been the fine at cornerback. And as we know, Ashton Stamp, Cy Alexander, you're going to play a lot of them. Once again, shout out to Andre Sam from the coach. He's been fantastic. And Major Burns and Greg Brooks. Brooks has been fighting a little bit of vertigo, and anybody that's had that knows.
I've had it twice. It is no fun.
And heat-related. But at this point, they're rounded into shape. I think you'll start to see. He was also asked about depth chart. They don't put a depth chart up there. That's for us to do, to give you an idea who's running with the 1s and 2s. Oh, by the way, Marlon Martinez was running with the 2s at right guard because Mason Lunford was out. And as you alluded to, this is the first time that he's come out publicly. Mike and I have been talking about Aaron Anderson. First time he's come out and talked about the comfort zone that Aaron Anderson has established catching the punts.
Absolutely. That's, you know, I think we're going to look back on what LSU's done in the transfer portal in the Brian Kelly era, and we're going to look back after so many years and rate him. And I just think if he stays healthy, Aaron Anderson is going to be near the top of the list of transfer portals in the Brian Kelly era, the additions. Guys, get over to Drip IV over there on Perkins Road next to Iverstein Farms. Tell them you heard about them on TigerBait. They're going to give you a 10% discount. Walk-ins are welcome, but give them a call at 225-256-3600. 888-363-4. In this weather, even though it's a little, we feel like it's a cool front at 96 degrees. If you're out there mowing the yard, whatever it is, get hydrated. They can bump you up and make you feel better. Drip IV on Perkins Road. Give them a call.
I don't think people understand and realize what this man and his staff have had to do rebuilding this defense. We talked about the 5 secondary guys they brought in this year. Ovio Gofu is going to start at Jack linebacker, Savion Jones on the other side. But Braden Swinson's had a hell of a camp, and we know that Parrish Shan, another guy that came in from the transfer portal. A lot of depth on the defensive line, and I think they're going to need it. Man, you and I are pulling for Jacoby and Gilroy. He's just a super nice kid. He's got his body in shape. Jordan Jefferson, Fitzgerald West, they're going to play a lot. I don't think Mason Smith's going to be able to play the whole game the way he's been dinged up, coming back. So get a lot of opportunities to see different people. But Omar Speights and Harold Perkins, can't wait to see what Matt House dials up, because you know they're going to be getting after Travis on that Sunday night, which is only 18 nights away.
Guys, hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed it. Reminder, Buddy and I go live tonight at 8 o'clock with another edition of TigerBait Live. And we'll be taking all your questions and comments, and we'll go for a strong hour, 8 o'clock tonight on LSU Tigers on TigerBait right here on this channel. And anything, oh, Brian Kelly, I'm going to have the full presser up probably about the same time that this is up. So we're loading that YouTube channel up every day with player interviews, practice reports, interviews, and more. So that's why you need to hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And if you're not a subscriber to TigerBait, go over to TigerBait.com. $1. You can try us out, get our premium content for $1. Try us out for 1 week. You're gonna get our newsletters. I'm sending out a big one tomorrow, and there's a lot of recruiting coming your way. I think you're about to start seeing some class of 25 kids start to drop in some numbers.
I know everybody's getting a little antsy because it's going to be here. Look, we didn't have a chance to ask him about the changes with the rules and not stopping the clock, but week 0 is about 10 days away. LSU playing on that Sunday night. I actually have had some casual fans say, what, they play on Sunday? Sunday night at Florida State, Mike. It's going to be a hell of a matchup. I know the Florida State faithful, they come into the YouTube reports, and they're excited about Mike Norvell and what they've done over at Tallahassee. And night and day as we get ready for this first scrimmage this year versus next year. This program is coming fast, but we got to wait to see what happens under the lights.
All right, guys, we'll see you this evening at 8 o'clock. Don't miss out. And thanks for tuning in.